So he gets to go again. 52,000 on that crisp. Look at that, guys. And mind you, I'm doing these attacks without even having defense down. Look at that. Oh, wow. Is he an amazing champion? Is he incredible? It all really depends on your account, on where you're at in the game, but he does, for sure, no doubt, have potential. Welcome back, everybody. Another new episode. Today we are gonna talk about a champion that has not been shown any love whatsoever in Raid Shadow Legends. I personally played with him a lot. I booked him today. I maxed him out. I did his masteries. This champion is really good for beginning players and mid-game players. He's even good in end game as well, believe it or not, because I have him in mediocre gear. This guy is pretty legit. He's pretty good. The downside to him is that he does require a little bit of setup. So we're going to talk about that first. We're going to go through his gear and we're going to explain to you exactly how he's best used. There's a total of 5 champions that you need to pair Candraphon with in order for him to shine at his fullest potential. The first is the most popular one, which will be Duchess. Second one is Infernal Baroness. Third one is Hill Nomad, a rare from Barbarian faction. Sinistral from Bannerlords, and then Steadfast Marshal, a rare from Bannerlords. The reason why these 5 champions are being chosen is because his mechanics. You want to basically use his Butcher's Glee. Attacks all enemies, and then the nice thing about this ability that makes it really good is that as long as you kill one person, it's going to grant him an extra turn. So then you can use his A1, which also hits really hard, and then you can probably finish off somebody that's almost dead. On the hunt, pretty much gives him perfect veil, so if you don't have any of those setups, then he'll do the setup himself. I don't recommend you not using him with a veiled champion simply because you want to get in and out of arena, but this is also your option as well. His passive is the reason why we're talking about all of this. Damage is increased by 40% while he's under veil or perfect veil, which is nice that they gave both options, not just veil or one or the other. They gave both options available. Masteries as usual, however you feel like it's going to be best suited for you. Here are how I have him set up right now. He does not need any accuracy from what I can tell. His stats right here, 36,000 health, 4,500 attack, 174 speed, so he's not even speed tuned to my team, but that's totally fine because we're gonna still find the use for him. 100% crit rate, 241% crit damage. This is basically the showcase of him. Now we're gonna go ahead and take him to arena to show you what he can do. He can also be used in dungeons as well, as long as you have a veil buff champ, as long as you have Duchess. I would say if you don't have Duchess, I wouldn't recommend using him in dungeons, to just be quite honest with you, but he's also actually pretty good in faction wars if you have a veil buff champion to pair him up with. Nonetheless, let me show you what I'm talking about here so you can get a really good idea of what Candraphon is capable of. Mind you, I'm going to have a little bit of a hard time here just due to the fact that he's not speed tuned. We do have to put him in a pretty good situation because for me it's a little bit harder just because I would need him at 245 speed in order for him to be speed tuned, and I have to add Duchess in there and I got to add defense down. So it's a little bit of a challenge to get him working properly. But let's just give you a quick example so you can kind of have an idea here. Just to kind of showcase him because we don't have him speed tuned. So we're going to go for a non-fast team just to kind of give you an idea. So let's try this team right here. And I think the best way to attack this team right here would be to put in a Sifi just for the block debuffs from Torment. So what we're going to do here is we're going to put Duchess in lead, and then we are going to put our Ghostborn in there. So let's see how this plans out. He should be able to take out quite a few enemies here and then get an extra turn. So now we have him on his veil, and his attack up, so he's ready to rock and roll. And now we will sleep the fastest person in here, who is Black Knight. Okay, so let's see in slow motion, all defense down, how hard he's gonna hit with his attack up. Isn't that amazing? Now he gets to go again. So 32,000. Had I been speed tuned, he would be incredible. And I may actually consider trying to speed tune him. But I do believe that he does have a low base speed, which may present challenges. Take a look at the 270,000 damage that he's done. This is incredible. Let's find a couple of more matches here just so I can showcase you some more battles here where we don't have the first person being a speed lead. Here's another great example, 359,000 power. So let's see if we can do the same exact thing again. Fortunately, Ghostborn is weak to magic, so that does present a challenge. And now we do have the Valkyrie here that looks like will go ahead of Candraphon, which is a problem. And also, let's see here. We got the defense down. Now let's see what happens. Will he be able to kill anybody here so he can grant an extra turn? 100,000 to Sir Nick. And because he killed that one person right there and he has a 1-turn cooldown on there, and we're going to try to go for Valkyrie. Oh, but that's right. He's weak against Valkyrie. My apology there. I'm going to try to kill Cetalia. And now we have a counterattack. So now we have a little bit of a fight. That is the weak side, is that he's weak to spirit. So it does present a little bit of a challenge, but it shouldn't be too bad. The nice thing also about Candraphon is that his cooldowns appear again right away. He doesn't have long cooldowns. So we want to kind of stay away from Rhodos for now, because Rhodos is going to counterattack. So we want him to calm down. So we are going to sleep the Valk. And now we will try this again. See, another weak hit. We are going in 1 speed here. A little too slow, but just kind of showcasing his power here. 100,000 is what he hit that Santa for, which is quite incredible. The multipliers are definitely there when he's under Veil. He needs to be under Veil. That is a must for him. All right, so there goes our Ghostborn. All right, that's no problem. Now we got Veil on him, so he's now set up. Okay, so that A1 should definitely... Oh, another weak hit. What are our chances here? Getting every single weak hit possible, right? Pretty crazy. We're going to sleep that Rhodos since he has over 50% charm meter. Remember, if you don't have Duchess, the 5 champions that I mentioned to you in the beginning are all great champions to use with Candraphon. And I could have easily put Trunda's gear on him, really showing you guys some incredible possibilities, but at the end of the day, I want to show you realistic possibilities here. So now we finally got rid of that pesky Valk, and now he should die. 37,000 on that Rhodos. We're going to continue to try a couple more matches. Looking back at it now, hindsight 2020, I would have definitely speed tuned him and put him with just speed tuned gear to really show you how quick he can finish teams. Just wanted to kind of really take the realistic approach. It was more important for me to do it that way, just because most of you guys are not going to have 240 speed, but this kind of really does give you a good idea of things. So now we got the Veil. We're setting up this exactly right. So Cetalia is on an immunity set. We definitely want to sleep Rhodos next. And now let us see this ability. Mind you, they have shields on. Okay, so he gets to go again, which is great. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of 52,000 on that Krisk. Now she stripped us, which is no good. What we're going to do here is we're going to try to get rid of Rhodos little by little. Rhodos is the most dangerous one here. He's above 50% charm meter. And what I'm going to do after this is I'm going to try to use him without a defense down on a super fast team, just to kind of give you an idea, because what we're going to do is we're going to use Lysandra. We're going to show him without the proper setup, which is going to be kind of interesting to see. 310,000 damage. So let us find a fast team here so we can kind of show you his nuking potential. So this is an example here. So what we're going to do here is we're going to put Lysandra in here, so that way she can give us the proper speed boost. And let's see if we're able to do this on auto. They are pretty fast, so let's see. Oops. This is what happens when you don't have a speed tune. Look at that, guys. Let's go and try a couple of more fast ones here. So this is a good one here. Unless we get clobbered on by the speed. Let's see what happens here. See, we're in really high leagues right now. But let's try it nonetheless and see if we can somehow... Our Lysandra can do something here to... Oops, that's where I made my mistake. Oh, look at that, guys. 88,000. We'll do one more super fast one. Let's try this one right here. We'll try this one here, and we'll do it on auto with no setup. The problem with this one here is that Duchess is negative affinity, which is going to be a little bit of a problem. But look at that. 74,000. Now she's going to revive everybody, which can be a little bit of a problem. But let's see what we do here. Are we going to be able to get through this? See how it all plays out versus auto. So he is running Fushan, which is quite interesting. And he's got a stunned. This is a very interesting team. He's going to take a little while to get back to his attacks, but Duchess, luckily... Oh my god, Duchess is still not going. Okay, look at that. So even on negative affinity, he managed to take her down. Is he an amazing champion? Is he incredible? If he didn't need that Veil, yeah, he would be. He would be incredible. He's good. He's really good. If you're in the beginning of Arena and you pulled him and you have a Veil champion, one of those 5 champions I mentioned, he's definitely worth it. And mind you, I'm doing these attacks without even having defense down. So that should mean something as well. Look at that. 3 champions died. Try this one and then we'll call it quits. Hopefully this changed your mind a little bit. Oh, wow. I mean, changed your mind a little bit on Candraphon. Maybe he's worth building. Maybe he's worth booking. It all really depends on your account, on where you're at in the game. But he does, for sure, no doubt, have potential. Hopefully this video helped you. Please leave me your comments down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. I know some of you guys have him in the vault. Maybe perhaps reconsider that, especially being the fact that Razin and all these force champs are the meta. Because what I've shown you here in the end of the video is without defense down. So imagine that. That's going to add another 50% damage at least to the overall damage. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and have a wonderful day.